Greeting boxing fans. This is the Historical Boxing Society podcast. And in this episode, I want to do my top 12 young heavyweights. Most of these heavyweights were born in the mid 90s. Only one of them was born out of the 90s. And we'll get to him pretty quick because he's number 12. And all these fighters are 32 years of age or less. So this is a young heavyweight list. So we're going to go down the list here. Number 12, Moses Itauma, born December 28th, 2004. At only the young age of 20 years old, he is from Britain, standing 6'2", 240. He has no real notable wins yet, as he's rather young in his career at the age of 20. His longest winning streak is 20 wins in a row, which he is currently at. And then I also have a feature here, the Ring Magazine score, which is a rating system I use for how many times they've been rated as far as Ring Magazine top 11 fighters for the year in review. And that's how it works. Ring Magazine score, 0. He's got no... he will be all over the ratings in the future, though. So, Moses Itauma, number 12. Our number 11 heavyweight is the big baby, Jared Anderson, born November 16th, 99. Age of 25. He stands 6'4", 250. He's American. Notable fights. He lost to Martin Bakole in his last big fight, and it's probably a best win would be over Charles Martin. And his longest win streak is 17 wins in a row. Ring Magazine score for Jared Anderson is 4, so he does have some rankings. Last year he had rankings. And also another category here, amateur wins, he had 21. So the young 25-year-old Jared Anderson, big baby at number 11, dropped down due to his loss to Martin Bakole. Okay, the number 10 heavyweight on here is Justis Huni, born April 4th, 1999. Again, the age of 25. He is Australian. His longest win streak is 12 wins in a row, which he's currently at. He's 12-0. He stands 6'4", 240, which is a very basic weight that many of these heavyweights are clocking in at 240. Ring Magazine score is 0. He will be on there this year, probably, I would guess. And his amateur wins are 35, with the big names on his resume. No real big names yet, but Justis Huni actually fought this year already. He fought in January of 2025, and he is currently at the age of 25 years old. Justis Huni is number 10 ranked young heavyweight. Okay, the number 9 young heavyweight, Efe Ajagba, born April 22nd, 94. The age of 30. Ajagba stands 6'6", one of the bigger heavyweights on here, 240 pounds, from Nigeria. He was the guy with the yellow mohawk. That's kind of what I remember him on YouTube videos. You know, he's a big, bad, powerful young heavyweight. His longest win streak is 15. Ring Magazine score is 1. The amateur wins, Ajagba has 12. And notable matches is he lost to Frank Sanchez. That was one of the matches of the year, and that's just pushed him back just this little bit here at number 9. And Sanchez is a top 4 fighter, so Ajagba was top 4 probably until he lost to Sanchez. So, but here he is ranked number 9, age 30, Efe Ajagba. Okay, next boxer number 8, Lemier Puro, which is Spanish for but, apparently, or however. Puro, born November 24th, 92. His age is 32. He stands 6'4", 245. He's one of the only fighters on here that is southpaw, and he's from Cuba, just like Sanchez. Both of these fighters fought each other in the amateurs, and Puro won. Puro is one of the most credited on the entire list here of amateur backgrounds. In amateur wins, he is at 98, including a loss to Filip Hrgovic, which is coming up here. So his best win is one of the last fights from 2023 against Victor Vikquist, and that was probably his best win. Ring Magazine score 0, and in the amateurs, I stated he beat Sanchez, as these Cuban fighters are very good boxers. And Puro is got enough power, and he is absolutely one of the young rising heavyweights. The number 7 young heavyweight, David Adeleye, born November 16th, 96, the age 28. He stands 6'4", 235, and Ring Magazine score 0. Amateur wins 1. Adeleye fights in April of this year, coming up. Longest win streak is a 12 win streak, and he was a top guy, but he lost to Fabio Wardley, and that was one of the great matches, Wardley versus Adeleye. And I do believe that David Adeleye is still one of the premier tough young heavyweights. He took a lot to knock him down, and Wardley is a very good boxer, and I do believe he is still significantly better than most of these other fighters on the list here. Even though he has a recent loss with Wardley, I still believe he's ranked pretty darn high as one of the young, promising heavyweights. Number 7, David Adeleye. Okay, number 6 heavyweight, you'll know because he is fighting on tonight's card. Martin Bakole, born July 1st, 93, age 31, from the Congo. Longest win streak, 11 wins in a row. Bakole is what you'd classify as the Tyson Fury and Zhang. He's kind of a genetic freak. There's not very many of these. 2 of them on the list, though, of these young heavyweights, and Bakole is one of them. They are normally signified by astronomically large size and volume. Bakole stands 6'6", 285 is his ring weight. Ring Magazine score of 5, so he is registering there. He lost to the veteran fighter Michael Hunter, and he recently beat number 11 young heavyweight Jared Big Baby Anderson, which was really only his real big name win. And amateur wins for Bakole 0. So Bakole, one punch type of a fighter, as he is not a boxer at all, and kind of just sits back and waits for some openings and tries to put you down with the big shot, much like a Foreman or Wilder. In that type of mold is Bakole. Number 6, Martin Bakole, age 31. Number 5 is one of the recent winners that I just stated here, Fabio Wardley. He beat David Adeleye, and Adeleye is ranked number 7 here. Wardley is number 5. Wardley, born December 18th, 94, age 30, from Britain, stands 6'5", 240. Wardley, again, much like Anderson, looks like a bloated up cruiserweight. Even though he's got a lot of size here, I think he's kind of still reminds a little bit of a cruiserweight. Wardley is a 100% pure boxer. He very, very much reminds me of Joseph Parker. He's like the young version of Parker. Plenty of power, great technician, pure boxer. Ring Magazine score would be 2, as he's registered. His longest win streak is 18 wins in a row. And amateur wins are 0. Fabio Wardley, age 30, ranked number 5. Okay, next on the list is Frank Sanchez. He is another big Cuban, born July 18th, 92, age of 32. He's one of the older young heavyweights here, but he's still born in the under the age of 33. From Cuba, stands 6'4", 240. Ring Magazine score number 7, as he's been ranked for a couple years here. He fights tonight, 225, and he recently lost to Kabayel, and his best win is Jagaba number 9 on the list here in 2021. And his longest win streak is 23 wins in a row. Amateur wins, this is quite a bit, number 40, as both him and Puro, the Cuban fighters, are extreme amateur background fighters. They're very slick fighters. Frank Sanchez is a beautiful fighter, great technique, lots of power, and a pretty decent chin, it appears. So his only losses to Agit Kabayel. So number 3, young heavyweight. I still have him ranked this high. Filip Hrgovic. He is one of the genetic freaks on here with Bakole, born, June 4th, 92, age 32, from Croatia. Again, just like Bakole, he's 6'6", 245, rather in shape, not quite as heavy as Bakole. Ring Magazine score 13, as Hrgovic has been around for quite a while, and he's got a very rich amateur background. 59 amateur wins, which is even more than Sanchez. His best wins is he beat Zhang, and his only loss is to his very last match to Daniel Dubois, which is ranked number 1 on here. Longest win streak, 17 wins in a row. Let's see. In the amateur ranks, Hrgovic beat Puro, as I stated. He's on the list here. He also beat Joseph Parker, which is number 2 on the old guard list. So that's a fabulous win. And he lost in the amateurs to Joe Joyce. So Hrgovic, age 32, ranked number 3 on the young heavyweights. Number 2 for the heavyweights, Agit Kabayel, age 32, German, longest win streak, 25 wins in a row. He stands 6'3", 240. Ring Magazine score 7. So he's a little bit less than Hrgovic, but he has got a little bit more notable wins. So his best wins are included over Kevin Johnson and Frank Sanchez, which propelled him into the title shot with Zhang tonight. And Kabayel, win or lose against Zhang, is still going to be one of the best young heavyweights here. Although he's going to be moving on over into the old guard pretty quick as he's 32 years of age. And amateur wins 0. So Kabayel will still be a pretty big top heavyweight here, as he's got a win over the number 4 ranked young heavyweight Sanchez. Okay. Number 1, you probably guessed, Daniel Dubois, born September 6, 97. Age 27, so he's a little bit younger than some of the other young heavyweights on here. He stands 6'5", 245. Longest win streak, 15 wins. Ring Magazine score, of course he's registering here because he's been around long enough, 9, which is pretty good. Best wins. His best win is obviously over number 3 ranked Filip Hrgovic. Jared Miller also includes a win, and of course he beat Anthony Joshua, which was at least the top 3 ranked at the time of the point that Dubois beat Joshua. And of course he lost to Usyk and he lost to Joyce. His Joyce just broke down Dubois. But I do believe Dubois improved since the Joyce fight. Amateur wins for Dubois, just a mere 12. He really didn't have any type of real success as an amateur. But nonetheless, Daniel Dubois ranked number 1 with the young heavyweights, age 27. And Dubois will get his moment in the sun again, as he will be facing somebody rather significant after he's passed over for the fight tonight, but he will be back. So have no fear. Dubois will still be here. And Dubois is kind of a hybrid to me. He's not quite a pure boxer and really not quite the tough guy type of a slugger. He's kind of a hybrid right between both of them. But he possesses enough pure boxing skills to look like a boxer if he has to appear that way. So Dubois versus Kabayel would be a fantastic match. I'd very much like to see the top 2 fight each other. Kabayel versus Dubois, even if Kabayel loses, I still would like to see that match. So those are my thoughts on the top 12 young heavyweights. Of course, probably the most promising of the young heavyweights is the only guy that's born out of the 90s, and that is Moses Itauma, and he's probably has the chance to actually maybe break Marciano's record of 49-0, because he, at 20 years of age, has already logged in 20 victories, which is far ahead of some of these other fighters on the list here. As I said, Justis Huni has only got 12 wins, and Moses is already 220, so it's rather impressive. So those are the young fighters of today's heavyweight world.